Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from American Whiskey. 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center, next to Championship Plaza. I am Mickey Mouse, here with Vinnie Parise of pucksandpitchforks.com, the Hockey News, other publications that I don't remember. Yeah. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils take on the New York Islanders tonight. Hello, Vinny. How are you?
I'm doing good, Mickey. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I forgot to get in my Mickey voice. Hello.
For those of you who are wondering, the great Sam Wu couldn't make the show today. So we, as a Mickey Mouse organization, have replaced him with the real, the undisputed, the needs no introduction, Mickey Mouse.
Yes, keep on going because I'm trying to put on my other hand right now on air.
All right, so the New Jersey Devils are taking on the New York Islanders. After last game against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who, by the way, I'm not making any excuses for the Mickey Mouse Devils at all. No. They've been brutal. They deserve everything they're getting. They act like a Mickey Mouse franchise. They get Mickey Mouse results. But the Columbus Blue Jackets did go out and then shut out the Chicago Blackhawks the next night. So they haven't given up a goal in like close to a week. And they've been playing really well. And the Devils did play victim to how well Bones has the Blue Jackets playing in the most recent game. But that doesn't excuse for how Mickey Mousey the Devils were in the games leading up to the Columbus game. So now that they get ready to take on the New York Islanders, it's a tough situation.
The last time the Devils played the Islanders, I believe that was that 9-0 loss, right? At UBS Arena?
Oh, yeah. It was was it the week Quinn Hughes got traded too?
I think it was the week where I think Quinn Hughes got traded. Luke Hughes got booed.
Luke
right?
Hughes had the bad week. Yeah. It was the Luke Hughes week. That's what
it was. Actually the Luke Hughes, and it's been bad ever since. I mean, 26 games left, Vinny. I don't know if this team has it in themselves to be streaking. But they've got, I estimate, about 5 or 6 mulligans of regulation losses. And maybe they could put themselves in contention for a playoff spot. But they got to win this game outright today if they're going to have any chance.
Absolutely. And you get the New York Islanders team who feels great about themselves. They traded for Andre Palat. He's going to make his return to the Prudential Center for the first time as a road player since signing with the Devils a couple years ago. They got Matthew Schaefer scoring goals. He's probably going to be a 20-goal scoring rookie defenseman. I believe he's broken a couple records that like Bobby Orr set. So like whenever you do that, they're just going to hand you the Calder Trophy and nobody's going to think twice about it. It's a really good team. Bo Horvat's playing well. They got a bunch of Olympians over there. Or no, they don't have a bunch of Olympians. It's the opposite. I'm pretty sure Bo Horvat and Palat are their only Olympians. But it's still a really good team. They play a strong game. Patrick Waugh has, proven himself to be a pretty good coach. Matthew Darsh has made the Tampa Bay Lightning successful. That philosophy over to the New York Islanders, and they're in a playoff spot, and they're exactly where the Devils should be, with probably less talent.
Yeah, probably less talent, but they have Patrick Waugh, like you said. And, we talk about the mental aspect of hockey and the game, and it just seems like the Devils are struggling mentally. At times it almost feels like they're checked out. They get down on themselves, but they got to keep on fighting if they're going to even have a chance. I mean, there's still time, but it's running out. It's barely any time left to make a run. And, they could go into this break, if they could get that revenge game victorious at the Rock today with the 2 solid points. Don't look at the standings because you're going to have a hard reset when they come back after the Olympic break, and anything can happen at that point with 25 games left. That's just my opinion. I don't think anything will, but if you're believing in this team, I don't know which gambling site, if you're 21 or older, check your jurisdiction in your state. It could be a nice little bet if the Devils are going to make the playoffs, if you can find that. What is it, plus 15,000 at this point?
Yeah, I think they have the 5th or 6th best odds in the Metro. Just not good. Not good enough. The only thing that confuses me, and it is a battle of, like, regulation losses, because the Islanders have 31 wins and the Devils have 28. And so a difference between 3 regulation wins has people talking about the Islanders like they're the best thing since sliced bread, and the Devils need to fire every person on staff. So it's really a strange year in that way. I know the condensed schedule, a lot of guys are playing hurt, and I've heard from some people in the know that there'll be some injuries that come out throughout the break, and teams' rosters will look different after the Olympic break. But it's crazy to me, man. Like, the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Devils have the same number of regulation wins. But again, the Penguins got more than half of their losses, or just under half of their losses are in overtime, where the Devils only have 2 losses in overtime. So it's very crazy to me, the difference between being considered a good team and being considered a bad team in the Eastern Conference these days.
Yeah, and by the way, it's tough holding a stick microphone with only 4 fingers. It's tough. I'm having trouble. So sorry, folks. I'm doing my best here, but here. All right. Can you hear me now, Vinnie?
Yes.
All right.
You sound great, Mickey.
Oh, thanks. And I hope you come see me at the Rock. I don't know if they're going to allow me through the doors today. Do you think they would?
I would not let you in if I didn't know you.
Yeah.
But I hope they do.
I hope so too. I hope so too. Because it's all in good fun. I mean, you know what jersey I'm wearing, right?
Yeah, the Andre Palat jersey, of course.
Yeah, and Palat is in the lineup tonight. So isn't that interesting? What's the over and under of 2 goals and 2 assists tonight for Andre Palat?
I'm assuming not good, but why wouldn't you throw a chunk of change on it? I mean, I feel like it's a guarantee that Palat scores. Yeah. But the Devils and Islanders, they're tied on the money line, betting line. It's so the Vegas. Do they know something that we don't? Because they're even. They're even money on the betting line. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. I was looking through the standings real quick, and then I won't mention it again because people are probably tired of hearing it. The Devils have 2 more wins than the Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights are considered cup contending division leaders, and the Devils have 2 more wins than them.
Yeah, I mean, the Western Conference is a different animal than the Eastern Conference. The Western Conference is more normal. I mean, the teams are stacked in the Atlantic and Metropolitan Division in terms of points. So that's what's making it equally as frustrating. The Devils started 8-1-0 in the early season, and I believe they led the league in regulation wins, and that was 16 points, and they have a total of 58 points, and I mentioned this on the Morning Woo, so they got, 42 measly points in November, December, and all of January? That's unbelievable how they fell off the cliff.
That's a very interesting point. That's true.
Mickey knows. Well,
look at the size of that head. Of course, the brain better be at least plus-sized.
Yeah, well, it's plus. I eat my Wheaties. And I pump some iron, too.
You could tell. You could absolutely tell, Mickey. You're doing really well.
Mrs. Minnie Woo can attest to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what are you looking for in today's game from the Devils if they're going to go into the Olympic break with a win, Mickey? Sorry.
Thank you. I really think. Look, Jack's not playing. I think it's a game about pride. It all depends who scores first. as well. But I'm not feeling good because I haven't seen anything from this team. But if they're going to make a run, they got to start tonight because I don't want them to go into the break just already making plans after April, in their schedule. They got to be in a mindset. They got to be in a tough mindset today, play for pride, and, there's been some player transactions that has happened. So, Lamico, I think, is waived. Am I mistaken?
Yes, he has been put on waivers for the purpose of a buyout.
Okay. Yeah, I got some visitors here that's wondering what the heck I'm doing. Tom is my bodyguard right now, talking to people. I can't see what's going on, so sorry for the delay, Vinny. But your thoughts on tonight, Vinny? Like, what are you thinking is going to happen? We're not doing predictions now, but I just kind of want to see where you think the Devils' mindset is right now.
Yeah, I mean, they have to go into this break looking to get a win, right? If you go into the break on a feel-good moment, maybe Nico Hischier, after losing 10 pounds due to illness, can go into the break feeling good about his game. Going to represent Switzerland in the Olympics. You try to get a win. You get to 60 points. You maybe can kind of build on that as you get into the Olympic break. I know there's going to be like a mini training camp for every team in the league. Once they resume from the Olympic break the day after the gold medal game, it's about mid-morning on the Monday where teams are eligible to make transactions again. So we'll see if they're involved in the trade deadline in any way, shape, or form. And Sam, speaking of the trade deadline, Nick Bjugstad is going to make his Devils debut after being acquired by the St. Louis Blues right before the trade deadline yesterday.
Now, what are your thoughts about that kid? Is he over the hill? What's the point of this trade?
I don't really get the point of the trade. They didn't give up a lot to get him, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah. If they were in the midst of like the season we thought they were going to have when they were 13-4-1 or whatever the case may be,
yep.
I think trading for a fourth line center like Bjugstad would have been a really smart idea. But as of right now, it's hard to see why that matters unless they're looking at it for a next year purpose. Running Hughes, Hischier, Glass, Bjugstad down the middle, I don't know. But as of right now, I'm not sure what the point of it was. But maybe they'll prove us wrong and go on a run after the Olympic break, and having Bjugstad will actually serve a purpose.
Yeah. All right, Vinny, I'm trying to find out, is that time of the podcast to be doing predictions? I can't even read my board right now.
Yeah, we're getting close. It's 5:20, 6:20 Eastern, so we're looking at about another 10 minutes of the show. So I do think we could probably get into some predictions and break it down a little bit. I can read the predictions once people get them in. So, because, Minnie's not as good as reading the board as maybe Sam Wu would have been. So make sure you get your predictions in the chat right now. And if you throw in your predictions for who you think is going to win gold at the Olympic Games, I will also read those aloud as well. So give me your predictions for tonight's game and who you think is going to win the gold medal at the Milano Cortina Winter Olympic Games. Sam, why don't for the first time in a long time we get you and Mickey's prediction on who you think is going to win tonight's game, and then maybe a prediction on who you think is going to win the gold medal at the Olympic Games in Milan.
Mickey predicts that the Devils will win 5-1. Sam Wu predicts another 9-0 loss to the New York Islanders.
What about the Olympics?
USA all the way. I want to see you in Disney World. USA.
What does Sam think?
Yeah, USA.
Sam?
Yeah, screw all the other countries. Yeah. USA. I'm like Sam Eagle, of the Muppets.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, I'll read some of these predictions, and then I'll throw mine in between somewhere in there. Joey says 4-4 tie. Well, they'll break the tie within a shootout if necessary. Seagot says 6-1 Isles, hat trick for Palat, of course. Man, thank goodness this is the last show if that were to happen before the break. Max says 11-0 Islanders. Nick says 9-0 Islanders. Joey says prediction for the Olympics. Canada wins the gold. Lisa says 6-2 Devils. Brian says USA. Selecta says it'll be 4-3 Devils. Jim Norton says 3-2 Devils in overtime. Team USA for the gold. Dubs says 5-0 Islanders. USA wins gold, goes undefeated in the tourney. Selecta throws in USA for the gold medal. Rossi says 4-0 Fish Sticks. 5-0 Isles. Palat 2 goals, says AJ Visco. Mark Schwab says 4-1 Islanders. Serve says 5-2 Islanders. Canada for gold. Vinnie Parise thinks the New Jersey Devils go out on top with a 4-3 victory over the New York Islanders. And as bad as I want Team USA to win the gold medal, every single time I put faith in this Team USA and best on best, I think I put all my faith in them. I really thought they were going to win the gold in 2010. And when Zach Parise tied it with under 2 minutes left in regulation, I really thought they were going to win the gold. And then Sidney Crosby stabbed me in the heart with a knife. And then in 2014, I really thought they were going to do it. They didn't even medal in Sochi. You know, the TJ Oshie Olympic thing, that was nice. We got a super chat from Dag for Hansen predicting that Sam Wu gets a scalp infection. So that's possible with the Mickey Mouse. No, we're thinking positive here, other than Sam predicting.
Yeah, think positive. Think positive. But thank you for the super chat, though.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Absolutely. I strongly thought they'd compete at the World Cup of Hockey. They didn't even advance past the first round. That team was a failure. So, and then the Four Nations face-off, the overtime, Connor McDavid, Binnington, Robs Matthews, point blank. I put my faith in Team USA every single time, and I have it shoved in my face every single time, and Canada just owns me. So until proven otherwise, I think Team Canada is going to win the gold. I hope I'm wrong.
You may be right, though. You may be right. I mean, that's actually like a rational prediction, you know. But if it's Team USA versus Canada, they're good.
They have all the talent in the world, and if I really do think though that Jack Hughes could be their X factor, because you know what you're going to get from Eichel, you know what you're going to get from Matthews. You know what you're going to get from Quinn Hughes, Zach Werenski. If Jack Hughes can be that superstar that we've seen him be in New Jersey, Team USA can absolutely win the gold. They need someone other than their known stars, their Hart Trophy winners, to step up. And Jack Hughes is one of those guys. Matt Boldy's one of those guys. We'll see what happens with some of the other guys. If Brock Nelson continues what he's doing in Colorado as a depth guy, Dylan Larkin, guys like that. We'll see. But Dubs is made a super chat. He wants you in a Myers jersey, stitch by stitch.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I mean, if the Devils are going to make the playoffs, what I'm hoping for is, I know people are down on Jack, including myself, that Jack gets momentum out of this Olympics and he becomes that X Factor star that you were talking about. And then when he come back from break, you go on a little streak there, and then suddenly everybody forgets about the past, and then you're streaking. That's the only hope right now about building momentum and going on this stretch run, because you're going to have to win 20 games. I just don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah, I want people to remember one thing about Jack Hughes. He came back from his finger injury about 2 weeks too soon. Why? Because he wanted to help the New Jersey Devils win so bad, and I strongly believe that. I've heard that. I trust that source. And now, where they are in the standings, can play in the Olympics, bud. I'm sorry. I never once questioned Jack Hughes' commitment to the New Jersey Devils. It's just a tough situation with where they are in the standings and the timing of his, little injury here. I said it on previous shows. Every player in the league, if they were in a similar situation, would probably make the sacrifice to play in the Olympics, make sure they're right for the Olympics. That's my take on it. He did try to come back early once before this season. He probably should have waited an extra week to come back with the finger injury, but he wanted to get in there and help the team win, and it hasn't worked out. It's been a bad year, so we'll see how it goes going forward.
All righty. Well, Vinnie, why don't you outro us out? I'm going to hit the music real quick.
Absolutely. And
trying to figure this one out.
Make sure that you tune into Devils After Dark after the game that was. Hopefully it's a New Jersey Devils victory over the New York Islanders. And you can tune in and watch them recap the game that was. I hope everybody enjoys the game. I hope everybody enjoys the Olympic break. It's been a ton of fun the first portion of the season, even though it hasn't gone our way. For Vinnie Parise, for Sam Wu, for everyone in the chat, for Mickey Mouse, we, as always, say, no matter what, let's go Devils.